All right, guys. So this is chapter 4, section 1. This is all about triangle congruence because eventually we're going to get into proofs with triangles. So this is just kind of like stuff you have to know beforehand. And this is just a lot of notation, and it is very nitpicky. So you have to have things in the right order or else it's not going to work. So for this, we have that, and what they're going to tell you in this chapter is that given triangle XYZ is congruent to triangle ABC. This is a congruence statement, okay? So this is a congruence statement right here. That's what we write, so it's a congruence statement. And basically for this, what we're saying is that these corresponding parts in the triangles are going to be congruent, okay? Corresponding means matching parts, okay? So if we're looking at this, what we're saying is this, it's written as triangle XYZ with X being the first vertice, and then triangle ABC with A being the first vertice. So a triangle is made up of sides and angles, and since X is the first vertice, A is the first vertice, angle X, okay, is going to be congruent to angle A, okay? Next, we have Y and B, so that means angle Y is going to be congruent to angle B, okay? Lastly, we have Z and C, so that means that angle Z is congruent to angle C. So that's what we're asking you to do is just, hey, based on the way the congruent statement is written, match up the matching congruent parts. So we have all the angles that are matching. The next thing we have to do is move on to the sides, okay? The sides are a little bit trickier, but really not that bad, okay? So, and you might be able to look in the picture or anything like that, but if you can match them up from the, congruent statement as well. So like XY is the first two letters, AB is the first two letters. So I know that side XY is going to be congruent to side AB, okay? So XY, if I find it right there, it's going to be congruent to AB right there, okay? Next, I have YZ. So YZ, BC. So that means that YZ congruent to BC. On the picture, YZ, I'm going to put 2 marks, congruent to BC, 2 marks there. Lastly, and this is the one that always trips people up, is we found the two sides and we have to find the third one, okay? And if we don't have a picture, it's a little bit tricky, but it's going to be X and Z, A and C. So we did 1 and 2, we did 2 and 3, now we got to do 1 and 3. So we're saying XZ is congruent to AC, okay? Now in our picture, I'll mark that with 3 marks and 3 marks, okay? So now we have all the congruent parts of these two triangles. So guys, this is basically the whole chapter, is just matching things up based on the picture or based on the congruent statement and the way that it's written, okay? So we've been talking about rigid motions that have congruent transformations. So for this, we're going to continue on with congruent figures and specifically congruent triangles. All right, guys? So there really isn't too much else to this chapter. If you have any questions, please ask during class or send me an email, and I'd be happy to help you. All right, thanks, guys.